All about my money, yeah, I'm all about my money. If a nigga tryna take my money, I turn him into dummy, yeah. All about my money, yeah, I'm all about my money. If a nigga tryna take my money, I turn him into dummy, yeah. Feel like a pedo when I'm running with this baby nine. I feel like a figure with the 4 5 up one.
When the Don't Flop was mainly popular, that shed a great light on the UK scene. Because that's where you had Shotty, Horroh, the Tony D, the was it Villain? And all of these battle rappers putting in the work. Because Don't Flop used to do a lot of big battles, not just UK. They had Americans there as well.
Yeah, they were the biggest platform during like the 2010 onwards, kind of like to 2016, 17, I think. So they really were like the URL of the UK, if you will. But
Yes,
it was a very different style of entertainment in the UK then to how it is now. A lot of the Don't Flop stars in today's era wouldn't really, I don't think they'd hang with a lot of UK battle rappers now, because I think the styles evolve so drastically that I think people are more interested in, actual rapping content and rap lyrics rather than the shock value, make everyone laugh. I mean, there's still a niche audience for it, but I don't think there's a massive demand for it anymore.
Yeah, there's not a massive demand for it. Because even with Shotty Horroh, I was surprised that he's not in constant battle, but he seemed like he ain't lost his touch. Because most people that ain't battle for a while lost their touch.
The thing with Shotty though is Shotty has evolved massively. Like if you watch Shotty's first battle ever, and then now you watch him battle against Geechee Gotti or K-Shine, he's understood that the game's changed and he's evolved with it. Whereas a lot of rappers don't want to change the style. They stand by the style because they don't want to feel like they're conforming to being entertaining in today's era. So it's like, this is my style, either like it or lump it, basically. Whereas Shotty understands that the game's changing, and because he's so versatile, he can change with it because he's an incredible rapper. So it's never been an issue for him. But I do think that certain, like what you were saying, I do think certain Don't Flop rappers from back in the day would really struggle in today's era. I think there's been a couple that have come, I'm not going to name names, but there's been a couple that have come back and, they've fallen short of expectations, let's say, because the style just doesn't hit anymore.
The style doesn't hit, and you see certain time when they ain't been battling, they just get rusty.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, that's a real thing.
Like you get rusted, you can't just think you just the same pattern that you used to do, like 3 years ago. It's not the same no more.
Yeah, correct. It's not the same people in the venue. It's not the same people in the venue.
There's new fans.
Yeah.
So
some new fans don't even know some of the Don't Flop legends, if you will. So it's interesting how it's progressed.
Because to me, I think Shotty Horroh is like the Murder Mook and Loaded Locks of England.
Yeah, I think he's been god tier of UK battle rap for a very long time, and I think
very long time.
There hasn't been anyone really get near to him, really, in terms of his star power and his actual overall ability as well. He's an insane talent, man. He's an insane talent.
He is. Because when he was battling K-Shine, a lot of people was like, Shotty Horroh. But I know what Shotty Horroh can do. But the only thing people wasn't excited because both of them never had a battle recently. But they came out and showed, there's no rust over here, on both sides.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, like I'm quite close to Shotty. I'm close to Shotty, and he said himself that he felt the rust getting ready for the K-Shine battle because he's had so many cancellations over his career. the rust is a real thing. Even like the writing and the style of writing and the, you know, rehearsing it and things like that, you don't really get into the flow of it unless you've got back-to-back battles. So then when he had K-Shine, he then accepted Geechee Gotti very shortly after, and then you saw like a real improvement to him at Summer Madness where he was phenomenal. And then now he really wants to continue it and keep the run going. So I do think that he's nowhere near his ceiling yet. And he said it himself, he thinks he can get even better. So I'm excited to see where that takes him, man.
You know what? I said 2 people I wanted to see Show You Horror battle on Summer Madness. It was Geechee or Tay-Rock.
Yeah, I think the Tay-Rock battle will happen eventually because they were locked into battle on Prem a few years ago.
Okay.
And that fell through at the time. And I think that they both know how big of a matchup that is, and you know what sort of interest it'd gather. So I do think that battle will definitely happen in the future.
I think that battle should have happened, and now Show You Horror is actually on URL. You can get all of these matchup. Him versus if Sue Surf and Sue Surf get out of jail.
That's one down the line, definitely. Yeah,
I would love to see him versus the Ramniti. Like there's so much names.
I think Shotty versus Rum Nitty in like a small room, like volume event would be incredible. Like, I think on a stage it wouldn't hit the same, but I think if you put them in a volume or a, you know, like a Nexus or a band battle where the room's a lot smaller, I think it'd go off.
Shotty in a band set would be crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
It would be crazy. So